Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another exciting episode of Steady Focused. I'm your host, I'm your number one, Mr. SimeonHendrix. And yeah, it's a three-way interview session going on tonight here in Austin, Texas. We got my man Nathan, and we got my man Cory. We're at Seanwes 2017, and let's just get straight into it. Cory, why don't you just go ahead and tell everybody a little bit about your background and why you think I'm excited to sit down with you.
Well, I don't know. I mean, so I was, you said we're at the Seanwes conference, so I actually worked at Seanwes for almost 3 years doing all of his video content and whatnot. He had a daily video show, he did courses and all kinds of things, so I helped him with a lot of that. And so my main goal is with filmmaking, but video work I like to use to my advantage of promoting my films and stuff like that.
Nathan, introduce yourself for everybody and a little bit about your history.
Yeah, so I'm Nathan Allotey. I'm a web designer, digital marketer. Video is essential for any type of digital marketing because people just need a different medium to take in the information. Going to a web page and reading the whole time, we need something that's a little more engaging. Video allows you to do that. So in my business, my brand, I use video just as a different medium, teaching, also just as a different way to serve up content. So I use it on a weekly basis, making videos for my podcast. So I have a video podcast and an audio podcast. So yeah, video is just another medium to draw on whoever you're trying to target.
What's your biggest struggle right now, Nathan? In your workflow, being a creative, you're talking podcasts, you're talking videos, talking websites, you obviously care about taking yourself to the next level, you're investing in the conference. What's your biggest struggle?
Really my biggest struggle, I would say, is time. And probably knowing and discerning what specifically I should do versus maybe something I should put off. It's tempting to be everywhere at the same time. I mentioned a video and an audio podcast. Most people say that's a lot of work, but really just streamlining different processes and knowing you can still be effective. It doesn't have to be 100% perfect, but if you build a specific process, you can get it done. So for me, time is absolutely important, and I still freelance and work with clients. So time, if I have a meeting, hey, this meeting is this long, so time is big for me.
Let's say, Cory, now that we're here, let's talk about goals, right? You have done, you did touch about Seanwes, that you've been working with him. You've put out an incredible amount of work, right, with working with Seanwes, talking about the courses that are amazing that you have shot video for that are making six figures. I mean, these are monster courses that you and your brother have teamed up on and put out. Just recently, you've kind of transitioned out of Seanwes temporarily. Where are you at now? Where are you heading? What are you passionate about? Where do you want to be going?
Yeah, great question. I love that question because it's something I think we should always revisit. It's goals can change, and so I would say right now I want to be putting out just more. Like that's my priority right now, and especially after talking with you guys even last night, we got the chance to hang out, and that was really cool. And so I'm really glad that we're doing this show right now, just to be talking more about goals and stuff. And so mine is just man, at the very minimum, one a week, one video out there a week that's just interesting and valuable to someone. And so my goal with putting out more videos is to just have my name out there, because I mean we're in an age, I mean, it's nothing new to anyone, but we're in an age where it's like you're kind of invisible if you're not online. If you're not putting out stuff, you're not relevant, and like you're not omnipresent, which has been a kind of topic among this last couple days, hanging out with each other.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
But that's overwhelming. It can be, right? So you've created an amazing amount of work, but you're wanting to now kind of brand yourself and put out your own individual weekly whatever, right?
Right.
That's what you're saying.
Yeah.
Nathan, you have been putting out an incredible amount of content, right? So what is it when you hear about omnipresent? Does it feel overwhelming to you, or can you categorize that in your brain, or?
It can be overwhelming at times because you see other people and you say, wow, they're on every social media platform, or they're on different video platforms, and you want to do the same thing because they have a certain level of success. But really, I feel that being omnipresent is a way to figure out what works for you. So you would first, of course, be on as many mediums as you can, but somewhere or another, or somewhere between the lines, you'll find that, okay, I noticed my videos are more successful on Facebook. My live videos are more successful maybe on Instagram stories. Or that's really what I did. I've been putting content out there, what's resonating more. Okay. At first, I didn't have an audio podcast. Okay. I said, I'm gonna do a video podcast because it's different. Nobody does it, it's a lot of work, and that'll differentiate me. That was my thought and my thinking. So I did that, and then people started saying, where's the audio podcast? Okay. I was like, oh, well, since you asked for it, let me turn it into an audio podcast. So really,
here's the video, and then you just take the audio feed, and that is your podcast? Or is it a whole different show?
Yeah, it's really just taking the audio from the video. But so I've had to train my mind to, when I'm doing a video, to speak in a certain way that is also applicable to audio as well. At first, I was just talking. I'll say, on your screen you'll see, but I'm like, I can't do that with specifically audio. So I started being more descriptive if I was doing a screencast or something. So. But being omnipresent is a path to find out what specifically works for you. At least that's what I've seen.
Yeah, and man, for me, it's like giving myself permission to just be me, and that's kind of where I'm at right now, is taking out of this is it's okay to be ourselves, and it's so easy to get caught up in like, okay, well, Nathan's doing XYZ, I got to do XYZ. Cory's doing BCD, I got to do that. And then somewhere in the middle, I found like I'm getting lost, like for my true thing. I don't know where that sits with any of this, but that's just something I was wanting to touch on about.
So Simeon.
Hit me.
What are your goals with video?
My goals with video, that I can answer. I'm like, I want to just continue to grow and get better and fail. I want to fail because that's how we're going to learn, So thankfully, I hit record, but it's happened before that I haven't. Like 2-3 years ago, I interviewed your brother 4 years ago in Georgia, and I didn't hit record on his interview. And now he's one of the main guys of this movement. So I want to fail. And I believe that it's okay to fail. I want to continue to grow. I want to continue to teach and just continue to rise with it. I'm impressed that I look back over my content and what I've done over the last 5 years. Like, okay, it's getting better. And I want to enjoy it along the ride too, Is that a value? I mean, it's important to enjoy your life.
For sure. You said something I think is crucial. I call it time traveling. But really, all the work you did in the past, you say, am I really growing? Am I really getting better? Yes, I've made mistakes. But when you go back and watch it now, probably laugh at it. Yes. But it's a way to time travel to say, wow, look at how I was thinking. Look how I used to do my videos. The color was off. Yes. But you can really see growth when you do that. So as long as you keep producing, that will allow you to look back and say, I have improved. Or maybe look back and say, I still need to fix these things. So yeah, it's good.
I know you're talking about, well, let's just say you're pumped up, the conference is great, you're recharged. What's a goal you're going to do, like micro, like you're going to land, you're going to get home, or you're driving back to Houston, but it's Monday morning. Like, what's that one first thing that you want to implement?
One thing that was big here at the conference was talking about habits. Really, how do you make yourself introduce a new habit, and you really can layer it on top of something that you already do. So I think the key for me is writing. I've written a lot this past year, but the path forward is still through writing. There's no way around that. You can't get around writing. So for me, I need to make sure, at least in the morning, I write. But even before that, I'm saying, okay, this is what I'm going to do with my habit. When I wake up, brush my teeth, take a shower, the next thing is writing for 30 minutes. I want to stretch that to an hour, but it'll be 30 minutes. So for me, it's, Nathan, when you get home Monday morning, make a list of those small habits you'll add into your day that will help get you to your goals later on. So that's one big thing for me.
Cory, it's Monday morning, you're refreshed, you're home. I'm guessing you'll be back in San Antonio by then. It's Monday morning, it's time to wake up. What's something you want to implement right away?
Since I do want to put up more videos, I think, like Nathan said, it starts with writing, because I can't, I'm not great. Maybe, I think some people are good at this, but like pulling out a camera and just going. But I need to have like, okay, what am I doing? So that starts with writing. So I think when I get home is like, write out what the next 3 to 5 videos are gonna be, and just kind of, maybe not script it word for word, but just like, all right, what's this video about? Instead of like aimlessly going. So I need to write. So I think Monday, when I get back to San Antonio, I'm just gonna start writing and planning out some videos so that people can follow along and see what I'm doing, you know?
Yeah. For me, I don't love to write, I hate to write, but I love to write at the same time. And I'm good at it. I mean, I'm a fucking good writer, but I'm so resistant to doing it. I'm so resistant to putting it in my routine. So,
I found a shortcut.
Okay, what is it?
I do this whether it be on a phone or sometimes I'm at my desk and I have the microphone. I know we're at the Seanwes conference, so Sean talked a lot about you need to find your hybrid voice in the past, which is you start to speak like you want to write. That's, you know, your hybrid voice. So I'm not all the way there yet, but a lot of times I'm dictating and using Google Docs to just auto transcribe what I'm saying. So, and that also helped me speak better as well, because I'm like, I talk like this? That's fine that I talk like this, but I'm like, oh, this is incorrect. Okay, I need to fix it. So I tend to dictate, whether it's on the phone too. I could be in the car, plug in a headset, and I say, I want to talk about this, and I just talk. And then when I get home, I just sift through what's valuable, and the rest was just fluff. I throw it out, and it helps me get at least like 70% of the way there. And then I'm like, okay, I can write later on. So yeah, that helps.
Yeah, okay.
I cheat. Yeah, I cheat.
I mean, but we're in that, it's 2017, so I want, the thing, like we were talking, Cory, you were asking me, or in the group, we were talking about something that has, is that someone calling? Oh, someone's calling us. Well, I thought that, is that a timer? That's not a timer, that's like a phone call. Anyway, we were talking about things you want to knock off, or like the completion, the to-do list, like things you want to take care of. So for me, I want to, like right away, I want to, in addition to the writing, but I want to start getting the merchandise up on the website, like whether that's, however that is. So that's something I want to.
Yeah, I mean, I already complimented you. I said that was a cool hat.
Yeah, and I appreciate it.
Yeah, it's awesome.
And man, we're gonna. I just wanted to evolve organically, but I really feel like, and this could be like, damn it, dude, you're getting in too many areas. But I feel like it's steady focused. Like, yeah, we're gonna talk about camera work. I'm gonna show you my journey on this. But I just feel like it's this bigger thing about like focusing our lives and like elevating. And I love to interview people, and so I feel like it's breaking rules, like you're not supposed to do too many things, but I'm like, that's who I am. What do you think? Is that okay to do that, or?
Yeah, like honestly, you never know until you try. And if you have a passion and desire, and you're excited about it, make a couple videos focused on that, put that out there, and just see how it's received. I've been really evaluating myself and scrutinizing what I've put out in the past. And I started to see what people like, and I'm like, oh, I need to do more of that. Like I put out a video on how to stream with the DSLR camera. I really did that for my learning.
Live streaming?
Yeah, like how to live stream with a DSLR camera.
Well, hit me. I want to know that. Hit me with a couple bullet points. What?
Yeah. So you can do this for free. There's the software OBS, Open Broadcasting software. You download that, install that. You'll need a Blackmagic adapter as well. It'll be a HDMI adapter. So you get HDMI mini to a DSLR, plug the other one into the Blackmagic, plug the Blackmagic into your computer, you're almost
And
halfway the way there.
you need the Blackmagic just because the computer won't go straight to HDMI?
Correct. It acts as an encoder.
Okay.
It acts as an encoder for that. And only thing I found is your internet speed has to be pretty quick if you're going to do 1080. If not, maybe 720. And at least for different DSLRs, you don't even have to necessarily record. Okay. You can put it on the viewfinder and just say "Don't shut off," and then like.
And then Facebook will record it.
Yeah, in a sense, OBS is broadcasting just whatever you have on your camera.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, that's pretty much it. And your computer has to be able to handle it too. But yeah, test and find it out. But I put that video out there just as a learning, because somebody asked me on Twitter. So then I just answered their question on the video, and that is almost my most popular video, at least on a weekly basis from what I've seen. Okay. I'm like, oh, I wasn't even trying to put that out there. But maybe I need to do more how-to. So you never know. Put something out there, see how it's received, and then you can do more of it or less of it.
What you guys did live, I was impressed with some of the live stuff that Seanwes did, right? And you were in the room running the camera. Were you using OSB or were you using, what's the other one, Next?
There's a couple. We were using Wirecast.
Wirecast, that's it.
From Telestream. And that, same thing with the Blackmagic converters to HDMI, and we did to Thunderbolt because we're on Apple computers. So, yeah, we had I think up to 3 or 4 cameras sometimes, and
that's awesome. That really pumps me up.
But the computer has to handle it.
Okay.
So because we had a Mac Pro, and like I think it was like upgraded to the fullest amount, and so that thing was always. I mean, it worked, but sometimes it would kind of slow down with bandwidth and stuff. But yeah, you definitely have to have good internet, and the computer has to be able to handle it. And like Nathan was saying, the cameras don't even have to be recording. It's just capturing what's on your screen. So you will have to have enough space on your computer, because sometimes it will record. I guess you could turn that on or off to record locally or not. But
but it is, even if you're not recording on your camera, it's recording on your computer.
I think you can turn that off.
Okay.
It might just broadcast it.
Okay.
And you could save that video off of Facebook or
wherever.
YouTube or wherever you're broadcasting.
Well, I mean, really, if I think about the stuff that's getting me pumped up, I mean, augmented reality, I'm excited that that's coming on. You're laughing. Is it a joke?
No, it's
you
cool.
Think it's, okay.
I think it's really cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is pumping me up, but high quality live stuff is really getting me excited. So, and this wasn't even intentional, but to sit down with 2 guys who are experienced with that and have done some really awesome things with it. What's one? Give me a tip, something to keep in mind. Like, where did you fail at when you were doing the live? Anything that popped from like, gosh, why did I do that, Nathan?
I do remember that one time you all tried to broadcast, but something was going on where it wasn't working. I don't remember. Like, it kept cutting out.
Yeah. There's some audio issues because we ran the audio separately, and there's a lot of you might run into audio sync issues with the video. And so we had to find like these delays that we ran the audio through, and like by like 20 milliseconds, and it would finally be like lined up and stuff. But other than that, like unwanted transitions, it depends on the program you use, but sometimes do like some crossfade or some weird thing. And so like it's mostly just tweaking and figuring out if the software you're using can allow for changing from camera to camera. If you're doing a multiple camera setup, if you're just doing one camera setup, then you're pretty set. It's not too complicated.
But what if we go one camera setup, but then I want people interaction and all that? Is that an extra element as difficult as adding a second camera angle, or that doesn't matter?
To be able to like talk to the people who are there?
Because that's why I'm excited about live, is because we'd be doing this right now, but P.S. we've got the people at home and they're asking the additional questions.
Yeah, you want to just have like some type of monitor or screen that you can look at the chat.
Okay.
And like you can just look off to one side and then you just see it full screen, like, oh, Bradley says he's curious about this.
Yeah,
and so,
yeah,
being able to, so it depends where you're hosting. If it's YouTube, like pull up your account on YouTube on a laptop or something else with a screen and just zoom in or whatever you have to do just so you can like really see from afar, like, and you don't have to like squint your eyes, you can just like read it easily. Or if it's Facebook, go to that page where the video is playing live on a computer that's like muted, and just you can read it there and engage with people there.
Yeah, true. So I would say I'm all for quality, but don't overkill it. And what I mean by that is A lot of times you're like, oh, I have, let me stream in 4K.
Yeah.
The person who's watching, are they gonna watch in 4K?
No, they're
So
mostly gonna be on their phone. I mean,
yeah. So there are times that we're like, 720 is okay. That is okay. It doesn't have to be, because at least one problem I ran into, I was going for quality and nice color and everything, but because of my internet connection, it was, it was going up and down.
okay.
It was choppy. So at that point, it's, well, you probably should have just literally went 720, but you wanted to go higher, and now it's choppy, and people are like, oh, I'm missing what you're saying, and things like that. So it doesn't always have to be of the highest quality. A better connection is better. A better connection and good sound is better than the specific quality, because it's live. They understand that, and you have to remember, their internet speed is going to adjust as well. If they're on their phone, it may drop it to 480 anyway.
Yeah.
So it just whatever's the best to connect and just stay live.
And so you're talking Wirecast and you're talking OSB, OBS, and this is free, and this is pretty expensive, like $600 to just come in.
It's a little too nice for starting out.
Okay,
it really is.
From what I've heard, Wirecast is like, open it up, bam, you're ready to go. But with OBS, it takes a learning curve. It's free. Was it difficult for you to get it going?
I wouldn't say, when you figure out how to add different inputs, it's okay. So you go in and you say, I have a video source. This is the video source I'm going to name it. I added one. Now I have to add the audio source, whether it's a microphone, whether it's a computer microphone, whatever, you add that in. So if you have multi-camera setup, you have to remember you're adding in video, audio, video, audio, video, audio, and then you have to remember, you even have to control it. You can set up shortcuts, but you will have to understand how it works. But once you set it up, it'll save your setup and you're good. But it is just getting set up the first time that, takes a bit of, you might have to read too, but they have good documentation.
Okay, let's spin it a little bit. I was saying I'm excited about live video. What's something you guys are pumped about in the video, photography, camera, in broadcasting world? Maybe this is a new camera that's coming out, maybe it's a new lens, or augmented reality. I don't know. What's something that's got you guys excited? Or maybe it's a new microphone.
Yeah, I think for me it's because I'm a filmmaker, so I do care about 4K, and it's for that to get cheaper. Because when we first saw it, it's like, oh my goodness, cameras can record. Now our phones can record. Like it's becoming more of like your camera doesn't do 4K. What's wrong with your camera? And so just having all of the aspects of what you can do with it, even in coloring, and so just as a filmmaker, I'm excited for that to get cheaper. I haven't upgraded. I have a 6D, which I use for everything. I use it for client work, for just fun videos, for all kinds of stuff. I've made films with just 1080, and you can, but I'm excited to upgrade my camera, but I'm waiting until that's pretty cheap. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm in a similar vein. I'm excited about things that were very expensive in the past, becoming more affordable, so that we can use it. And I think I remember learning that no one even knew. I remember learning that an episode of House, the nighttime drama, it was shot with nothing but DSLR cameras. Yes. And I was
5D, wasn't it? 5D
I believe, and I was like, wow, we could literally get those and put together. No one had said anything. No one noticed a difference of quality. No one said, this looks different. Everyone just watched it like it's normal. They were none the wiser. Yep. So it's, wow, okay, as things become more affordable, I can do things on a production level that are ready for TV and ready for the big screen, right? And it doesn't have to be this big red on my shoulder and I'm trying to, but those are awesome, but they also cost a lot. So I'm excited just about getting access to more.
So the incredible quality is available to a lower, maybe let's say 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 20 years ago, the only way that was going to happen is you got to have the money. Now it's about creativity. So what does that do for, if everyone's on the same, if everyone can have it, what does that mean? Does,
It means you don't have excuses.
Okay.
No, it's exactly what it does, because before it was like, oh, they can do cool stuff. I'm just over here with $2. Hey, since it is about creativity and it's not about what you can't have right now. It's about oh, I guess I do have all that I need. I just need to make a compelling story. You know what I mean? So like it just removes the excuses now that it's more affordable.
There you go. Just gotta do it,
Yeah,
right?
sure.
Gotta do it, man. Look him right in the mirror, dude. You gotta do it.
So I'm curious what you guys, so we're talking about different ways we're doing video, what we're excited about for video. So, and we're talking about like goals with video, like I want to do more, I want to do better. But outside of that, like what overall purpose and goal in your life is that serving? I'm curious for you guys, because I'm still trying to find that out. And
Well, I think for video is serving the purpose of allowing me to reach an audience to, one, I mean, just straight up vanity. I mean, just being honest, I want to be famous. And I've just allowed myself to, I'm like, dude, it's okay. Fuck what anyone says. It's okay. I mean, like, why am I doing this? And I'm like, you know, change the earth and all this, you know, which is true. But I finally wrote it the other day, was like, I want to be famous. So there's one of them. But what is the point of, I want to connect with people. For me, I'm using video to open up another avenue. So maybe I'll be able to travel to Hong Kong for a great experience there and then share that with people and capture amazing things.
I like it.
Okay.
All
Okay.
right.
I said it. Fuck it. I said it.
He's
All
like, I
right.
want to be famous. That's funny. No, that's good, man. Yeah, why should all the people who are already in the industry get everything, get all the attention, right? You have something to offer, so that's cool. I would say, yeah, it also connected with people. I remember I put out a couple of videos. I'm thinking in the U.S. people like me, and then I find out there's people in the UK and other countries who are watching my videos. I'm like, oh, I wasn't even intending on that. Cool, I guess. So really, you can really reach and impact the world in your own way. Not only that, but it really is an encouragement to yourself. I mentioned time traveling earlier. I remember one time I was frustrated with, I wanted more views, which is kind of funny because I put my videos in different mediums. So it's like, Nathan, you have the views, just add it up. Just not all on YouTube. Relax. But I was getting frustrated, like, I want more views. Look at this crappy video. Why does it have many views? My video is all this. But I remember I watched and I was thinking about quitting. I watched an older video of myself, and like, it's like I encouraged myself. I was like, this is a good video. I'm like, wow, I'm encouraged by what this guy said. This guy happens to be me. Oh.
Yes.
So I'm like, wow, other people may feel the same way. So really, when that happened, I said, regardless, they may not say anything, but people are impacted positively. And video makes you feel more comfortable, like you know someone. I know when I met a couple people even here at the conference, I was excited, like, oh, hey, and then I realized, I'm like, oh, they don't know me. I need to relax. How are you? But I relaxed, but I was excited at first because I felt like I already knew them because of video. So video had a way of me connecting with people like I'm already in their home and they already know who I am. Audio does that somewhat, but video is more impactful. That's why when we see celebrities, we're like, because we've been watching them for so long and we feel like we know them already.
Cory, let me add to that. It's like, I want to document, like, because man, I'm like all love, but I have been through hell, literal hell. You know, I'm like mental health, attempted suicide. I've been the low of the low, and abusive family, all this shit. And so it's like, I also do it, not only do I want to be famous, but it's like, so I can, when I see somebody who's going through some stuff, I can tell them like, dude, you can do this. Like, you can do it. You don't need the $8 million camera, right? Just do it. You can do this. And to leave some breadcrumbs for myself, like you're saying, Nathan, you go back and you watch that. And now that I've got my son, he's 6, I want him to be able to see like, damn, you know, my dad was doing something that maybe was a difficult thing, and he pursued it. So anyway, yeah.
Let's pause and reset the cameras.
Yeah, okay.
We got 20 seconds.
So Cory, you go ahead and chime in. You answer your own question now.
It's a hard question.
It is.
Really is. Like I asked you guys just because I was curious what you'd say,
Yeah.
but I think as a filmmaker, I want to build an audience, because if I'm just making these films for myself, being honest with myself, I wouldn't be 100% happy. And it doesn't mean I'm doing this so that people will like it. Like, I know when I've made a good film and I'm happy with it, people's response to that, like, oh, it's the best film, doesn't change how I think about it. Like, I've had films where it's like, they're like, oh, this is so good, but I didn't like it, and that's not gonna change. So like, I do make the films for myself, but I do want other people involved in that experience. So if that is part of my goal, is other people experiencing this, then I wanna build an audience. So I think my goal with video to accomplish that is just to let people know, like, hey, I exist, here's this really cool thing you might be interested that I'm doing with this film. And then also it brings together a community of other filmmakers, maybe. You know, it might just be audience members, but maybe other filmmakers like, oh, I really love what Cory's doing. Maybe I can like meet people around the world that are, like, you just don't know who's watching your videos.
That's true.
You just don't know. Like, I mean, it's just, it really is cool. I mean, it might be because of some video or multiple videos that the three of us met.
Yeah.
Because of what Sean did, or you know what I mean? Like, it's just, it's really cool. Like, and so I want videos to help me build an audience and then help me connect with people.
There we go. You walked around it, and I think you landed on your last sentence.
Yeah.
Like, so that's great. Well, guys, we're gonna go ahead and wrap this up. It's been an incredible moment in my life. We're sitting here on the rooftop on Brazos and 3rd Street, Austin, Texas. I got two guys with me that I respect a lot, and they're going for it. They're hungry. They're problem solving. They're putting themselves into situations that action is required, right? And that's, I'm going to be saying that a lot, required action, because I'm moving into that with my life, having just put in my resignation with the agency, which I love, Hager Communications. I love them. So, Cory, where can people find you online? They want to look up more and follow you and talk to you.
They can go to CoryMcCabe.com.
Okay. And Nathan, they want to check you out. Where can I find you?
Yeah, you can go to my name, NathanAllotey.com. Yeah, find me there.
Well, there you have it, guys. Until next time, keep your head up. I'm your host. I'm your number one, Mr. SimeonHendrix. And this is Steady Focused.
Awesome.
Yeah!
We did it.
Cool.
Good show, guys. Good
Great show. Great show. Okay, so
You guys want to get, oh, you can't get food. You gotta.
That's still going, I think.
Yeah,
Pause thing.
yeah,
Pause thing.
yeah,
Pause thing.
yeah,
Pause thing.